Hello guys, welcome back to another reaction video here on Our Eyes Your Eyes. I'm ready to watch the last episode of Platinum End, episode 24. But before starting this video, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell, leave a like to support me, and okay, join me for this last episode, but join me for many other adventures coming on the channel. Okay, in the previous episode, we understood that the god was chosen, but let's see, maybe there are some other things that have to be discovered till the end. Are you ready to join me with this? Check it out. What the F? I told you that this was something bad. Uh. Oh. Who's that? Yes. Oh. Are we sure? Ah, yeah, based on what the professor said. So who created you? Ah. Why she has to stay there? I mean, yeah, because she was the angel of the... Oh, yeah, because he made the promise. I think this angel doesn't agree with this. I mean, she always has this suspicious face and... That's everything different from what we expected. Yeah. Mm. And that's a great thing to do. I mean, what? What does that mean? Ayoneda. Yeah, but... Yeah, because of the red arrow. Yes, yes, he will come. Yeah. Oh, this is great. Wow. Ooh. What? he can also see this. I mean, wow, Mirai. Yeah, to be the proper way to introduce himself. Oh yeah. Yes, I'm asking myself too. Yeah. Yeah, you have a sort of a responsibility too. Mm. When I stay with you. Oh. Wow. Yeah. Yes. Eh. Whoa, so it's dangerous. I mean, NASA is something. Yes. They're so beautiful together. Uh, tell us. No. Ooh. Let's hope everything will be fine, huh? Wow. What is that? Let's open it. Oh! Yeah. uh, yeah, no, come on, Yoneda. Ooh. Ah. So many. Look at that. A lot. Yeah. Yeah. The world is unfair. Yes. Yeah. Nice question. Oh yeah. God can't interfere. Mm. Exactly, because it's the human beings who have to choose what to do. Exactly, because at the end of the day, human people are choosing. Exactly. Wow. Wow. Whoa. Whoa. Oh! Ah, with the white arrow! Bye bye. Wow, nasce the un'idea. Ah, okay, no. So they are going to. Yeah. What? I mean, all the lives he was giving since the moment he became God, they are vanished because that God, that creature doesn't exist anymore. So, yeah. Yes. Yeah. No, let's hope not. Oh my. Oh. Whoa! Wow. No way. I mean, I have never expected this. Wow. Yes. Yes. Oh. Okay, guys, we finished this story, and yeah, I have to say that everything makes sense from Nasse's role to even this identity of this creature that anyway has the power to give life on Earth, and if you defeat this creature, if you kill it, then there's no life on Earth, because if you kill the source, you kill also everything that comes from that source. I've never expected an ending like this. I mean, as I was telling you, it was better to reach the end, because I think that I was developing some obvious thoughts in which we could have seen all these characters having their lives, etc., etc. But I was also telling you, look, let's reach the end, because it's incredible. It's unbelievable to think that we are reaching already the end in the previous episode. So what's about this episode? I think this episode was the most important one, because we could reach the final answer. Because we don't know if God exists. We don't know what's beyond God's existence. I mean, even by saying that God exists, we don't know who created God. I mean, before even being there, who was creating God? That's even more interesting, sincerely. But it's also true that sometimes we are the creators of God. By not knowing if it exists or not, we are anyway creating something. We are creating the idea of it. And this reminds me lots of philosophers who were talking about this. I mean, that the more you create the idea, the more this idea can become a true, just because it's an idea, just because it's coming from your mind, and that's why it's real. I definitely think that no matter if God exists or not, we are creating a sort of image of it. We are creating an idea of it. And already by creating this idea of it, we are creating something. And by creating something, it makes you understand that it's real. Then we understand that as soon as this creature was gone, everything was gone. I agree with what this creature is saying, because God doesn't have any power, any sort of power. God is just giving the possibility for human beings to choose what to do. That it's called the free will. It's a paradox, okay? By not having a power to decide for human beings, God's importance is gone. By being not essential and by not having power, it's like as if it's something fake that was created by human beings to redeem themselves when they need it. That's something awesome if you think about it. I mean, let's pretend that I believe that God exists. Every time I pray to God, He is not fulfilling my prayers. He is not making my prayers come true, because it all depends on me, on what I choose to do and how I spend my life here on earth, right? So automatically, if God doesn't have this power to choose for me, if God doesn't listen to my prayers and He let me do what I want, that entity as a God is fake because it's powerless. It doesn't give me any sort of way to explain His existence, but also He doesn't change my destiny because I am my destiny. This is pretty awesome, but the creature behind God, who was creating humans, who were creating God automatically, that's the point. Who was creating God? I mean, if God exists before humanity, who was the creator of God? The creature, of course. Creature is something that was created, but it's also something that can create. This creature has this power to create life on earth, but if it's destroyed, if this is a way to erase it, our lives is gone too. So what this boy who wanted to become God made was to destroy everything, to destroy all mankind, to destroy the creature. So nothing can be positive or negative, nothing can be happy or sad. There are no opposites. If there is no life, there is no opposites. There is no life in general. There is not anything that can be created. So Nasse was playing a role that we have never expected, even if I had a bad feeling about her since the beginning. But you know that Nasse was promoting death instead of life every time she was saying a bad sentence, every time she was promoting death, every time she was laughing, talking about death. We understand that even the creature was in danger when he got in touch with Nasse. So Nasse is a pure distraction. As soon as you get in touch with it, you are destroyed automatically. You are going to face a destruction somehow, and at the end of the day, that's what happened even with Mirai, because Mirai had just the chance to be happy for a certain period, but then at the end of the day, he found a destruction no matter what. But Nasse was helpful somehow to give him a secondary chance to reach his happiness, to touch it barely, and then he was happy enough to have touched it somehow. This story, as I was telling you, is pretty meaningful. I really liked that it's not the usual shonen that we see in which they are fighting, in which there are lots of battles, etc., etc. I think that this story was essential for us to ask ourselves some of the usual questions we are asking sometimes, but in a deeper way. And I thank the authors, I thank the mangakas for this journey, because it helped me somehow. Even if I told you many times, we will never be able to get answers, because we will never understand if God exists or not. But it's anyway interesting to keep asking ourselves these things, because the more you keep asking yourself, the more you're alive. We don't know our purposes here, we don't know why we were born, we don't know if it's just a matter of science, or if there is something more intelligent that there is ruling on us. But it's having me fun to ask myself, as much as you guys are doing. So that was really entertaining, it was really interesting, and as you could see, this story was going beyond Metro Polymen, beyond these God candidates. It was something that was aside of all these, but it was definitely interesting to go ahead with this story and to get in touch with these simple questions that are not simple because we will never have the answer. But this story makes us understand that if we erase everything, there is not the possibility to feel anything. If we erase humanity, we are not even asking ourselves anymore. So that's the beauty of being alive, to keep asking, to keep doubting, and to imagine. Because as soon as we create in our mind an opinion or an idea, anyway, this is real, and This is the most important thing. I think that even Yoneda was accepting his death, his being erased, because he found his personal answer to all this. And at the end of the day, he could reach that answer. So it was pretty satisfying. Hope you enjoyed this great story. It was a great journey, to be honest. And see you in the next adventures coming on the channel. Thank you so much for the support. Bye guys. See you in the next video.